Hello, welcome to Bendy and the Ink Machine, game review episode. Cartoons have evolved tremendously over the years, making their way from being simplistic black and white amusements to complex and colorful creations that grace our screens today. While today's animation has been streamlined by the advent of CGI, the cartoons of yesteryear were born out of weeks of painstaking artistry by hand. Even though things have gotten much better, it's always nice to take a look back at the past. That's just what you do in Bendy and the Ink Machine. You take a trip down memory lane only to find out that things are not as you remember them. Bendy and the Ink Machine follows Henry Stein as he returns to the studio where he once worked after receiving an invitation from his old employer, Joey Drew. Joey claims that he wants Henry to see something, which prompts Henry to wander the empty studio in search of clues. After some exploration, you find the titular ink machine and notice that it's not working. You collect some items and follow some steps in order to start it back up, but you soon realize that this might have been a mistake. From there, you learn that things are not as you expected. In fact, there's a lot more darkness and corruption than you were prepared for. While this description is vague, I won't go into more detail because experiencing everything for yourself makes the experience infinitely better. The game is split up into 5 chapters, which were sold separately when it was originally released on Steam. Thankfully, this is a complete edition that contains the whole story. While playing, there are 2 ways the game saves: auto-saving at certain points and interacting with timecode stations. The downside is that the saving is only meant as a checkpoint for if you die. So if you save in the middle of a chapter and exit the game, you must restart that chapter when you continue. If you die, you must walk through a vortex which transports you to the last giant Bendy statue that you passed. The checkpoint system feels fair, but not being able to stop in the middle of a chapter and return later is a huge bummer. The gameplay revolves around exploring, collecting items, performing tasks, and defeating ink enemies in certain areas. If you're looking for a ton of action, you may be disappointed, but if you love exploration and immersing yourself in a story, then you'll get your money's worth. Besides interactions with other characters, the story is told through recordings scattered throughout the chapters. Sometimes the recordings act as hints pertaining to the completion of gameplay tasks, while other times they lean more towards backstory. It's done in a BioShock sort of way, and as a fan of that series, I loved this. I immediately clicked on every recorder that I found so I could listen to what they had to say. The world building and atmosphere of the game is my favorite part of Bendy and the Ink Machine. The gameplay is fun, don't get me wrong, but seeing what Joey Drew Studios has become is what kept me going. The tone of the game is a corrupted and warped version of something once thought of as pure. What was once a studio that brought cartoons to life and created stories of wonder is now a desolate, rundown mess full of darkness and danger. The game has its share of scary and creepy moments, which fill you with dread and adrenaline, but also push you forward. Bendy and the Ink Machine can be beaten within a few hours, depending on how you play, but those few hours are more than worth it. Having an adventure at Joey Drew Studios is worth the price of admission. So get ready to find out what Joey wanted you to see. Subscribe for more videos. See you on my channel.
Punching in. I gotta get overtime for this. Alright, how do I get this to work? Who put this here? Oh my god. Joey, what were you doing?
At this point, I don't get what Joey's plan is for this company. The animations sure aren't being finished on time anymore, and I simply don't see why we need this machine. It's noisy, it's messy, and who needs that much ink anyway? Also, get this. Joey had each one of us donate something from our workstation. We put them on these little pedestals in the break room to help appease the gods, Joey said. Keep things going. I think he's lost his mind, but hey, he's the check. But I tell you what, if one more pipe burst, I'm out of here.
Another day, another dollar.
At this point, I don't get what Joey's plan is for this company. The animations sure aren't being finished on time anymore, and I simply don't see why we need this machine. It's noisy, it's messy, and who needs that much ink anyway? Also, get this. Joey had each one of us donate something from our workstation. We put them on these little pedestals in the break room. Help be the gods, Joey said. Keep things going. I think he's lost his mind. But hey, he writes the checks. But I tell you what, if one more of these pipes burst, I'm out of here. At this point, I don't get what Joey's plan is for this company. The animations sure aren't being finished on time anymore, and I simply don't see why we need this machine. It's noisy, it's messy, and who needs that much ink anyway? Also, get this. Joey had each one of us donate something from our workstation. We put them on these little pedestals in the break room. To help be the gods, Joey said. Keep things going. I think he's lost his mind. But hey, he writes the checks. But I tell you what, if one more of these pipes burst, I'm out of here.
Okay, that's all of them. Now I just need to get the ink flowing somehow. Should be a switch around here somewhere. Then I can start up the main power. This will definitely come in handy. head. What happened? Well, I guess there's only one thing to do. Press on.